Imagine this. It was a sunny day, and I found myself at a local auction, a place where antiquities and oddities converge. Among the myriad of items, an old, quaint school bus caught my eye. Its yellow paint was faded, and it had a certain charm to it. A relic from a bygone era, it sat there, whispering tales of joyous school trips and innocent laughter, luring me in with its silent song. The auctioneer was an eccentric character, his eyes carrying an unsettling gleam. His voice, a symphony of excitement and caution, echoed through the auction house as he began the bidding for the bus. "This isn't your usual piece," he warned, a cryptic smile dancing on his lips. "It comes with its own history." His words hung in the air, a shroud of mystery around the bus. Intrigued, I found myself drawn even more. The bus was a puzzle, a mystery to unravel. I ignored the auctioneer's ominous words, dismissing them as mere theatrics to hike up the price. As the bidding war ensued, an inexplicable urge to own the bus consumed me. I found myself raising my paddle again and again, each time with more determination. It wasn't about the bus anymore, it was about winning, about conquering the mystery that the bus represented. The room filled with an eerie silence as the auctioneer's gavel came crashing down. "Sold to the gentleman with an adventurous spirit," he announced with a knowing smile. I reveled in my victory, oblivious to the fact that the bus was more than just an old piece of machinery. As the gavel fell, little did I know I was inviting an unseen passenger into my life. The bus was mine, but it seemed I wasn't its only owner. As the days turned, the bus began to reveal its true character. There were moments in the quiet of the night when the hum of the bus's engine would echo in my ears. It was as though the bus was whispering to me, murmuring tales of its past. It was during these early days that I first noticed the strange happenings. I'd find objects not where I'd left them. A wrench, previously resting on the driver's seat, would mysteriously find itself on the floor. A flashlight, once securely stowed in a cabinet, would inexplicably end up shining its beam into the dark corners of the bus. Then, there were the sounds. An eerie creaking, like the groan of a weary beast. The faint clatter of what sounded like footsteps, moving up and down the aisle when no one was there. Sometimes, late into the night, I'd hear the soft, distant sound of children's laughter, as though the bus was replaying echoes of its past. But it wasn't just the physical disturbances, there was a feeling, a heavy, watchful sensation, like unseen eyes were always on me. It was as if the bus was alive, breathing with an unseen passenger. A passenger that didn't need a ticket, or a seat, but made its presence known nonetheless. There were times when it felt playful, like a child playing hide and seek, moving my tools just to see my reaction. Yet there were other times when it felt ominous, like a dark shadow looming in the corner of my eye, disappearing when I turned to look. Despite the unease that crept into my bones, I tried to dismiss these occurrences. After all, it was just an old bus, right? It was bound to have its quirks. But as the events grew more frequent, and the feeling of being watched intensified, I could no longer ignore the truth. It was clear that my new purchase was home to a ghostly presence. The chilling whispers of the night grew louder, and the unseen passenger became bolder. As the days turned into weeks, the haunting of my school bus escalated into a terrifying spectacle. The spectral figures of children began to materialize, their ghostly forms flickering in the corners of my eyes. Their laughter, a haunting echo of a time long past, filled the bus, bouncing off the empty seats and chilling the air. The once familiar sound of a school day, now a spectral symphony, left me frozen in my tracks, my heart pounding in my chest. Every creak of the bus, every rustle of wind against the windows sent shivers down my spine. The simple task of stepping foot onto the bus became an exercise in courage, each step echoing like a drumbeat leading me into the heart of my own horror story. The once vibrant colors of the bus now seemed to be swallowed by an endless shade of gray, as if the joy had been drained from its very essence. I could feel the weight of the unseen passenger's gaze, a pressure that seemed to grow with each passing day. The spectral children whispered, their voices a chilling mix of innocence and eeriness, their words twisting around me like a wisp of cold air. I tried to decipher their whispers, but their words slipped through my grasp like water, leaving me with nothing but a sense of impending doom. As the haunting escalated, so did my fear. I tried to rid myself of the bus, to escape the torment it brought me. I listed it for sale, I offered it for free, I even considered setting it ablaze. But the bus, it seemed, had other plans. Every attempt was met with failure, as if some unseen force was preventing me from letting go. I was trapped, a prisoner in my own life, the spectral children my jailers. The echoes of a school day, the laughter, the whispers, they all grew louder, more insistent. The unseen passenger seemed to grow bolder, its presence more tangible with each passing day. I was at the mercy of the haunted school bus, a captive audience to its ghostly inhabitants. But the bus, it seemed, wasn't ready to let go of its new owner. In the face of the unknown, sometimes the only option is to confront it. And that's exactly what I decided to do. It's one thing to buy a haunted school bus on a lark, but it's another thing entirely to live with an unseen passenger who doesn't seem to understand the concept of personal space. My fear transformed into a resolution. I was going to face this ghost, this unseen entity that had turned my life into a living horror movie. But how does one confront something that's not of this world? I decided to simply speak into the bus's eerie silence. "Who are you?" I asked, my voice echoing through the hollow metal shell. "Why are you here?" The response was a chilling gust of wind that whipped through the bus, making the rusted metal groan. And then, a voice. A child's voice. It was faint, like a whisper on the wind, but it was unmistakable. "I'm lost," it said. "Can you help me?" The revelation was like a punch to the gut. The ghost was a child who had died tragically, a casualty of a horrific accident involving this very bus, a child who was lost, trapped in this world, with no understanding of what had happened to him. It's strange, but in that moment my fear evaporated. In its place, a deep sense of compassion welled up. Here was a child, lost and alone, asking for my help. "I will," I promised, my voice steady and resolute. "I'll help you find your way." It was a promise made in the heart of terror, a promise I had no idea how to keep, but it was a promise I was determined to fulfill. In the face of the unknown, I had found not only fear but also a mission to help a lost soul find peace. In the heart of terror, I found an unexpected mission. The haunted bus, once a symbol of fear, became a symbol of peace. The veil of terror lifted as I fulfilled my promise to the spectral child, the unseen passenger who had made the bus his eternal playground. I was driven, not by fear but by a newfound sense of responsibility. I found myself tracing back the child's steps, seeking out his family, his past, and his unfulfilled dreams. It became a mission, a purpose that transcended the ordinary. The haunting ceased, replaced by a quiet tranquility. It was as if the bus sighed in relief, its heavy burden of sorrow lifted. The chill in the air softened, the whispers quieted, the shadows lost their ominous edge. The spectral child, his story acknowledged and his memory honored, found his peace. I felt a weight lifted off my shoulders, a sense of relief washing over me like the first rays of dawn after a long, dark night. The haunted school bus, once a constant source of dread and unease, had transformed into something entirely different. It had become a beacon of empathy, a testament to our capacity to understand and to care, even in the face of the unknown. I decided to keep the bus, to turn it into a memorial for the child. A place where his memory could live on, where his story could be told and retold, a constant reminder of the boy who just wanted to be seen, to be remembered. The haunted school bus, now a symbol of peace, stood as an enduring testament to the power of empathy, to the strength of the human spirit. I bought a haunted school bus, a decision I thought was a mistake, but, in the end, it was a journey of unexpected courage and compassion.